Hello once again, this is John from Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts, and we're going to talk to you today in this segment about air launchers. The air launcher we're going to talk about specifically is a Stroud, part number STR4904, which you can find at Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts. But let's get going and let's talk a little bit about what we had and what we're going to. As you can see on the table over here, this is the unit that we used to have, the old spring, right? A lot of tension in this baby. I used to call this, and we used this for many years, but I called this the back breaking, knuckle smashing, cuss word swearing chute, because every time you had to try to get this thing in there, you almost had to have two men and a small boy to get this thing actually in position. And then it would pop out at times, and you know, just a bad situation at times. So what we ended up doing is getting rid of these little jewels, and what we did is we went to the Stroud air launchers, like I was telling you about. Now, kind of give you an idea about what's in the kit. The kit comes obviously with the launching or the plate, the piston, the pneumatic piston. Comes with the bags that's fit over the top of the piston and the actual chute plate here, as well as a valve. Now this valve basically is pretty unique, because what it is a activator where you can turn it on to apply air. So when you're ready to pop the chutes, they'll deploy, and then when you come back, you just have to throw this off and it releases all the air pressure so that you can push the pistons literally back in when you're done, when they're deployed. So awesome part. Also, it comes with various fittings. It comes with T's, straights, as well as, I installed this already, 290 degrees. It also comes with a complete D-bag and a mini chute, if you will. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go over this today and kind of give you an idea about installing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the back of the car over here, and as you can see right here, we've already have the brackets installed. Now these have been already measured, centered, and adjusted based on a two-chute program, right? And just to speed the process up. But as you can see, you have to take your time to measure and be sure everything is square, straight. Also, these happen to be at a 30-degree angle, and the idea behind that is recommended so that when the chutes deploy, they deploy out and up, so you can get them up into the air as soon as possible so they can blossom without any issues or get caught in anything else. Okay? Very important. Now, kind of to do some of the actual installation itself. What we're going to do is, when you get the actual parts from Stroud, this plate, as you can see, already has the holes drilled. They are not drilled. So what you'll do is, these are finish tabs or mounting tabs. What you'll need to do is literally place this over the top of this gizmo here, keep it straight, line all the holes based on the tabs, then mark the back plate, remove these, and then drill the holes out in the back. Now, important, please don't forget this. What you'll want to do is just stick this down and drill it. You do not want to put any kind of pressure at all on this assembly right here. So what I would recommend is open up your vise slightly, put it on top of the vise so that the pressure is on this part, not on this part, and then drill each one of your holes out. Now, after you have your holes drilled out, what you'll want to do is you'll come over to the actual bag, and what you'll do is, you can see these are already pre-drilled. As you can see, there's 4 holes pre-drilled. But what you'll want to do in this case is simply slide the piston through here so it buries out on the bottom. Be sure your Stroud is on top, and then mark every one of these holes against the fabric on each one of the 4 points. Then what you'll do is you'll remove the bag. Easier said than done. And then drill each one of the holes out in the fabric. Because the idea behind that is you're going to be sending a small bolt through the fabric, or through the plate, through the fabric, through the tab, and you'll have a nut that you're going to install on the back end to secure all of this to actually the chute bracket. Now, another step that you'll have to end up doing is right here. In this application, I actually pin these in place. There already is a hole drilled in here in this receiver, if you will. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to simply drill and finish drilling out the pilot holes. And as you can see, what I just did is I will be finishing up and drilling the one on the right side, and on the other side, the right and left side, so that it'll receive these pins, so that this will pin this all in place. Then I come down here, because now I have the chute, right? We've got now everything has been drilled, everything has been through the fabric. We've got that part of it all finished. Now, for the last part, what we're going to be doing is we're literally going to bring this bolt through here into this spacer, right? But this spacer is going to be actually around the chute. And we're going to put a lock nut on this side. The idea behind this is, as when these chutes deploy, this is actually welded, TIG welded into the car frame. So when this thing deploys and it catches air at 180, 200 miles an hour, it has a real strong focal point to grab onto so nothing is damaged, basically. So now what we have is we have the actual chutes in position. Hold on for a minute, everyone. Okay, now like I said, basically this chute is now on the car. You see the holes. The idea is now to put this screw into each one of these holes. Hold on, folks, this is a process sometimes, so please bear with me on this. I'll find where everything fits. As you can see, it comes through the back of the chute. Now, basically then, these tabs, this will go onto this chute like this, and then this nut will now tighten down on each 4 of these tabs, on one of these tabs. Now, you basically have the chute in position now. Let me actually put one more screw in there so the chute will stay up there, because I want to show you the part about installing the air. Again, bear with me, folks. This is a part where, unfortunately, there's a little bit of time involved in this. But hey, we'll have it. Hey, television, huh? It's always fun, isn't it? Okay, so basically the chute now is in position where you want to have it. You'll have all 4 of these bolts into through the chute, through the fabric, into these back tabs, and mount it. Now, what you'll do is, depending on the situation, in this case we have actually 2 chutes, so we're going to use this T, but it's really simple. All you need to do is push this into that fitting, and then what all you'll do here is bring this back up, which will plug into this T assembly right here. So what we'll do is we're gonna stop for this time being. We'll be back in a second to show you what it looks like when it's installed.